is this?
This is the very coolest. Thank you so much for spending your breakfast with us. It's great to see you.
How do you guys feel about breakfast with Foo Fighters?
This is how I like to wake up every morning. I like to do this first thing in the morning. Especially after a big long weekend of rock festival. That's like my favorite thing. Times like these when you wow! It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time away. I'm a new day rising. I'm a brand new start ahead. The stars are born tonight. But I'm a little divided till we say you're on away. Leave it all behind. It sounds like these to learn to live again. It sounds like these you give again. It sounds like these learn to love again. It sounds like these time. Sounds like these, you give again. Yeah, sounds like these, learn to love again. Yeah, sounds like these, time and time. Sing it with me. It sounds like these, you learn to live again. It sounds like these, you give again. It sounds like deep, you learn to love again. It sounds like deep, time again. All my life I've been searching for something. Something never comes, never leads to nothing. Nothing satisfies. Getting close, closer to the prize at the end of the road. All night long I dream for the day when it comes around and it's taken away. Leaves me with the feeling of calm down, don't you reason. You're such a delicate wrist. And if I give it a twist, something to hold when I lose my grip. Will I find something in there to give it just what it needs? Another reason to bleed. One by one, hitting up my sleeve. One by one, hitting up my. Come on! Hey, don't let it go away. Nothing but a hate to chase. Wait, keep pulling me down. Hey, don't let it go away. Nothing but a hate to chase. Wait, keep pulling me higher. Will I find a believer? Another one to believe. Another one to deceive. Over and over, down on my knees. If I get any closer, and if you open up wide, and if you let me inside, on and on, I got nothing to hide. On and on, I got nothing to wow! Hey, don't let it go away. Never thought I'd hate to chase. Wait, keep pinning me down. Hey, don't let it go away. Nothing but a hate to chase. Waves keep pinning me down. Oh. vacation. Looking at the tide tide. Make my way back home and oh yeah. I'm done nursing patience. It can wait one night. Give it all away if you give me one last try. And will it out the ever try? If you just save my life, run and tell the angels that everything's alright. I'm looking to the sky to see me, looking for a sign of light, looking for something to help me burn out right. Looking for a complication, looking at the tide tide. Make my way back home and learn to fly. Make my way back home and learn to fly along with me. I can't quite make it alone. Try to make this life my own. Fly along with me. I can't quite make it alone. Try to make it. All right, one more time. Here we go. Looking to the sky to see me. Looking for a sign of light. Looking for something to help me burn out right. Looking for a complication. Looking at the tide to try it. Make my way back home and learn to look into the sky to say hey. Looking for a sign of light. Looking for something to help me burn out right. Looking for a complication. Looking at the tide to try it. Make my way back home and learn to fly. Make my way back home and come on, sing it. Make my way back home and learn to. We're just gonna keep going. I don't want to stop. We gotta keep going. Let's just keep going. The sky is a neighborhood, so keep it down. The heart is a storybook, a star burned out. The sky is a neighborhood. Don't make a sound. Lights coming up ahead. Don't look now. The sky is a neighborhood. The sky is a neighborhood. There's more song. That's not the end. On is the story of a star burned out. Someone coming up ahead. Don't look now. Now you can show. Oh, my dear, heaven is a big bang now. Gotta get to sleep somehow. Banging on the ceiling, banging on the ceiling. Keep it down. Oh, my dear, heaven is a big bang now. Gotta get to sleep somehow. Banging on the ceiling, banging on the ceiling. Keep it down. The sky is a rainbow. Guitar, that's Mr. Nate St. Mendo right there. Laying it down. We're gonna play a couple new songs for you. I hope you don't mind, because we made a record, we're gonna play a couple new ones. I think this one's the band favorite, I'm not sure. Look out, because I know what you're doing. Turn up the American Ruse. White House, death in June. Jim Jones painted in a blue bedroom. Jim to Suck the television and it doesn't true. Jim Jones hated Blue Man Rule. Hey, if I want to, hey, keep your pretty process to yourself. Keep you in the dark, you know they all pretend. Keep you in the dark, and so it all began. Oh, see, come in, do it. Singing your skylight chants, singing our cell phones come marching in again. The need you very deep, the secrets that you keep are at the ready. Are you ready? I'm finished vacation, done bleeding like no recital. Dolphins spinning infinity, but the wheel is spinning me. Never ending, never ending. Same old. You gotta sing with it. What if I see I'm not like the others? What if I see not just another one? Your pain, you're the pretender. What if I see if I'll never surrender? What if I see not like the others? What if I see not just another one? Your place, you're the pretender. What if I see if I'll never surrender? In time or so untold, I'm just another soul for sale. Oh well, the page is out of print. We are not permanent. Temporary, temporary. Same old. I want to do it again. What if I say not like the others? What if I say not just another one? Your face, you're a pretender. What if I say I'll never surrender? What if I say not like the others? What if I say not just another one? Your face, you're a pretender. What if I say I'll never surrender? Here we go. Now look, dude, I like it. I don't know how long my cable is, but I think I might have to come out and do a little dance again. Because I don't get to do that too often. You gonna let me dance with you? Please? That's, I might have to do it again. All right. Who wants it? Who wants to do it? Who wants to do that? I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's see. You guys want to do this? You want to do this or not? You want to do this? Do you? You want to do that? I might give them the dance. I don't know. I might give them the dance. If you want some dance, you gotta be a little bit louder than that, motherfucker. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear that side. I gotta hear that side there. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Let me hear it again. They clearly were a little more enthusiastic. Just a tad. Just enough that someone pinched my ass and my nipple at the same time. But maybe I like that. That's my thing. Oh yeah, we were playing a Foo Fighters song. I forgot for them. Well, I'm the voice inside your head you refuse to hear. Well, I'm the face that you have to face, mirrored in your stare. Well, I'm what's left, well, I'm what's right, I'm the enemy. Well, I'm the hand that'll take you down for you to know. Sing it! So who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Keep you in the dark, you know it all. Pretend. What if I say I like to let us? What if I say not just another word? Don't play, do the pretender. What if I say I will never surrender? What if I say not like to let us? What if I say not just another word? Don't play, do the pretender. What if I say keep you in the dark? You know it all. We'll take. Keep you in the dark and show it all. Begin. One more time. Here we go. Ready? So who are you? You are you. You are you. Ay, caramba! Woo. Jeez Louise. This is supposed to be my day off, man. How'd that happen? Come on, Kevin. What are you doing to me? They told us we only had to play 6 songs. So, contractually, we're done. But we ain't done. Someone said you have to play 6 songs. I was like, I don't know how to play 6 songs. I'd like to play 6 songs. But I actually don't. I don't think I would like to play 6 songs. 'Cause we got a lot of songs. I do have to be home by dinner, just so you know. And I'm old, so I have coffee at McDonald's at 4:30. So. But we figured that we'd maybe do some more songs. This is, thank you very much. Thanks. Your glasses are steaming up. Do you know that? It's hot in here, isn't it? A little bit. Can you see what's going on? Maybe it's better that way, actually. Front row to have foggy glasses. They're so handsome. In the fog. There's a new song. It's called The Line. It sounds like this. Yes or no, what is truth but a dirty black cloud coming out of the blue? I was wrong, I was right, I'm a blood moon born in the dead of night. And dry, satellites searching for a sign of life, like you. Listen close, I can't hide. I'm a page torn from a broken spine. Sun gets low, I get high. Satellites searching for a sign of life, like you. Everything's on the line. Listen. Are you there? Are you there? The tears in your eyes. Someday we'll try and find out our lives, 'cause everything's on the line. This time, whoa, the tears in your eyes. Someday we'll try and find out our lives, 'cause everything's on the line. Know what is truth but a dirty black cloud coming out of the blue. I was wrong, I was right, I'm a blood moon born in the dead of night. daughter, Annabelle. She's my partner in crime today. You say I'll take it for granted. Well, I say you're taking it all. Say you can take it or leave it. Well, you got your head in your ceiling. When are you gonna come down? When you're that high, can you feel it? Don't leave me drowning in your Sunday rain, 'cause it's right down the drain I go. Don't leave me drowning in your Sunday rain, 'cause it's always a shame. Oh, oh no. Oh no. You wanna tell me a secret? Well, you think I'm gonna find out. You tell a lie, you should keep it. I don't wanna know where it's leading. Don't wanna follow you around. My first mistake was believing. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain. It's right down the drain I go. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain, 'cause it's always a shame. Oh no. Little afraid, little alone, little exhausted. Do you give it away? Do you let go? I need to find it. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain, 'cause it's always the same. Oh no. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain, 'cause it's always the same. Oh no. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain, right down the drain I go. Don't leave me drowning in the Sunday rain, always a shame. Oh no. Can you imagine a singing drummer? I learned from the best. Little afraid, little alone, little exhausted. Do you give it away? Do you let go? Firehawkers, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. And Chris Shiflett playing lead guitar right there. It's all right. He's not even paying attention. Say, hey, Chris! See, look, they're watching. I know, it's very important. Pat Smear plays guitar and Foo Fighters. So. Tearing it up. Ronnie Jaffe is back here on the keyboards and instruments that you have to take lessons to play. The actual musician in the Foo Fighters. Let's do this kind of mellow. Want to? Just sort of break it down?
I'm good.
Oh, I think there's sweat in my belly button. You okay with that, T? Feel free to join in if you know something. Too alone and now to talk about. Take those pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them read it out, while the rest of them peter out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Take it, Robin. very impressive. You got some making up to do. Let's say it, everybody. I know you guys are nuts. Let's sing it one more time. All right, I'm gonna sing it with you. Here it goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary. Rock show. I totally didn't expect to have this much fun. I kind of figured it would be awkward and weird. I mean, it is a little. This is rad. You guys done? You got to go back to work or anything? Or? Me neither. Here's another new one. I want to hear everybody sing on this one too, if you know it. Wake up, run for your life with me. Wake up, run for your life with me. Come on, sing with me. Another perfect life. Another perfect life. We roll, we roll, we roll. Wake up. Woo. Run for your life with me. In another perfect life. In another perfect life. We roll. We roll. We roll. Wake up. Run for your life with me. Wake up. Run for your life with me. In another perfect life. In another perfect life. We roll. We roll. We roll. Awesome. Should we keep going? I mean, I kind of want to. Yeah. I think we should too. Well, I've got another confession to make. I'm your fool. Everyone's got the chains to break, holding you. Were you born to resist or be abused? We so won't get in the best, the best, the best, the best of you. Some won't get in the best, the best, the best, the best of you. Are you gone and on to someone new? I needed someone to hang my head without your news. You gave me something that I didn't have, that I had no use. Why wasn't we to give in? Too strong to lose. My heart is under arrest again, but I breathe loose. My head is giving me the I'm getting tired of starting again somewhere new. Were you gonna resist or be amused? That's why I'll never give in. I will feel this one time. So we'll get in the best, the best, the best, the best of you. So we'll get in the best, the best, the best, the best of you. So we'll take in the facts, it's real, the pain you feel. You just, you rush, you best. Get in the best, the best, the best, best of you. Thanks. Jeez Louise. It's been kind of fun. All right, we're gonna do one more. But let me just say that we've been coming here a long time to the K-Rock. You know, it's been a long time. We've had a lot of fun with these people over the years. They seem like nice people. We've hung out with them a lot. And actually, if it weren't for K-Rock and the acoustical Christmas show that they have, I never would have met Mr. Taylor Hawkins, our drummer. That was our first date.
I was like, okay, let me tell a story, then we can play. So Dave Grohl's my hero, obviously, then, and I thought the Foo Fighters' first record was like the best record of that year. And I just wanted to be his friend. But I thought, well, he's really cool, and I'm a dork, so he's never gonna like me. And I walked past him all scared, and he goes, hey, dude, come here. And I was like, me? And he's like, yeah, come here. And I went, hi, man. And you're like, dude, you're really good tonight. And I was like, I walked away going, he's cool too, man. He's really nice too. I can't believe it. You can be that cool and nice. True. I don't know where all that niceness went.
But I didn't kiss him. Never on the first date.
Nope.
Nope. That was about 20 years ago, more.
96, Christmas K-Rock.
Longest relationship I've ever been in.
Dude.
But thanks everybody for sacrificing your afternoon. We appreciate that. Thanks to the K-Rock people for letting us play. Thank you very much for coming out. That was pretty cool. And I'm just, you what? See what? You want to sing with us? Can you sing? Are you a good singer? Okay. You want to sing a song with us? It's only on the radio in front of everybody all over the place. How about take that microphone and sing the choruses with me? Can you do that? Okay, come on up. What's your name? Ashley. What's your last name? Ashley the Stalker. Wait, what did you say?
Estella.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so scared.
I know, huh?
I won't
Me too.
disappoint
This
you.
might suck. I'm not sure what's going on right now. This could be terrible. It's a real crapshoot.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with this song. If you are, sing the chorusy things with me, okay?
Okay.
Can you see what you can do?
All right.
All right, ready? Oh, she's got moves, too. All right, here we go. when I sing along with you. If everything could ever feel this real forever, if anything could ever be this good again, the only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when she said. Oh, Ashley. And now, oh, I know you've always been out of your head, out of my head. And I wonder, when I sing along with you, sing it out, go. If everything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again, only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say. She said.
Is this where we whisper?
Keep whispering.
You're a good whisperer.
Thank you very much. And I wonder, what's up? Everything will ever feel is real forever. If anything could ever be this good again, only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when. Thanks, guys. Let's hear it for Ashley. Come on, she killed it. We'll see you around. Thank you very much for coming out.
It's the Kevin and Bean Show. It's breakfast with Foo Fighters, you guys. I mean, come on. Thanks for coming. Good night.
That was a hell of a way to start the show here this morning, you guys. You just came out and just boom, boom, boom. Just hit it hard, man.
You know, I get up early and I just want to rock.
Well, as you mentioned, you're here this week after a triumphant weekend out at your festival, and would that be a great place to start?
How many of y'all were at the Cal Jam on Saturday? Right? All right. So the first question somebody asked from this side was, are they going to do it again next year?
You know, we actually, as we were setting it up, it started getting better and better and better. Like,
Right.
oh, there's a water park. Oh, there's the old school van show. Oh, there's, you know, Ferris wheel, and there's Queen of the Stone Age. We're like, we got to do this next year, too.
I mean, I heard you say that from the stage several times.
I mean,
So
it's
in a
kinda-
way, you're committed.
Oh, shit. I guess so.
Well, what was it, though, that made you guys look at the current environment where there's 1 million rock show festivals out there and go, ooh, we need another one?
I mean, I don't even think we took any of that into consideration because we don't really pay attention to what's going on. And,
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple other festivals, Pat. Yeah. I mean, you know, I really thought it would be cool to have a festival that was just a bunch of, like,
young and established rock bands. So to me, like, I loved seeing Cage the Elephant, I loved seeing Queen of the Stone Age, and Liam and Royal Blood. It was cool to see those bands. But then there were bands on the side stages that were just, bands like Wolf Alice and Starcrawler. And there were some really amazing bands. And that's what I dig the most, is when you see the younger bands just killing it. Just as hard as bands that have been around for 20 years.
And did you guys picked all the bands? Are you the promoters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't
like if Liam Gallagher wanted another water, they come to you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
He came to us for a lot of things.
I'll bet not a lot of water.
He came to us to come together. If you remember.
All right,
I love Liam Gallagher, by the way.
We all love Liam Gallagher. Let's talk about Come Together. It was apparent that he had never heard the song before, right? I mean, we can all agree on that.
There's a lot of weird words in that song. I mean, that's all. That you can't just do it. You have to have the words there, and he wasn't gonna do it with us. And at first he was gonna, and then he said, "No, my voice is wrecked. I can't do it." And then we went into it, and Dave's like, "No, Liam's coming," and then he walked out as he does. Like only Mr. Jefferson and Liam can walk. That walk. And he had his hoodie over in his classic. Give me a big kiss on the lips. And then went out there and it was Liam Gallagher.
And he had a scroll out in front of him, and yet he got all the words wrong.
So much better that way.
It didn't even matter. It was Liam Gallagher. All we wanted was Liam Gallagher on stage with us.
It was a
we didn't
personality
care
solo.
how.
All right, let's talk about another special guest. What's with you and effing Rick Astley? I mean, what is... it's bordering on obsession.
I mean, do you want the whole story?
I really do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It was cute, and then I thought, well, that was fun, and then it happened again, and then it happened again, and now he's in the band.
Okay, so here's the deal. There aren't enough Foo Fighters, clearly.
Right.
We're like the Allman Brothers at this point. There's like 15 people in the band. So we were doing this show at a festival in Japan. And at the same time, we were being asked to record a cover song for the BBC.
Right.
And so we thought, we should do Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. So we get to Japan, and we look at the poster for the show, and it was the craziest lineup ever. It was like Foo Fighters and Baby Metal and Kesha and Rick Astley. And we were just like, oh my God, this is insane, man. So we always have a jam room backstage so that before we go on, we can warm up. And so Taylor and I are like, we got to learn this Rick Astley song, man, because we got to record it when we get home. So we start playing around with it. Then the other guys come in, and then it kind of turns into Smells Like Teen Spirit because they're sort of exactly the same song. Like the arrangement is exactly the same. So we're like mixing it up, and we're like, oh, do the drum part thing, and then you do the guitar thing, and we were cracking up. And so we did it like 5 times in a row because it was so funny. And then we went on stage 20 minutes later. We're playing our set. It's at the stadium, and I look and I see Rick Astley on the side of the stage. Never met him before. You could see him from a mile away.
Sure, of course.
He looks exactly the same. And I'm sitting there in the middle of a song like, oh my God, Rick Astley's on the side of the stage. It's amazing. So in the middle of the song, I run over him and I'm like, hey man, I'm Dave. And he's like, I'm Rick. And I'm like, I know. And so I just said, hey, do you want to come out and do that song with us? And he's like, sure. And we had never met, and we had just learned it 45 minutes before that. And there was a stadium full of people, and he had the balls to come out and do it. And he killed it. And so after that, we spent all night hanging out, and he's the coolest guy in the world. And then we were like, okay, well, we'll be in London in a couple weeks. And he came and did it there. I mean, when he does that song in London, it's like...
Right?
Oh.
Biggest thing ever.
I mean, no lie, that song is great.
Dude,
it's not a joke.
Look, I don't believe in guilty pleasure. You like a song, like the song.
Amen.
Ain't nobody doesn't like the Never Gonna Give You Up song. Serious.
It sounds like he's stalking you now, though. Is that true?
I kind of feel like we're stalking him.
Okay, all right.
You know?
Well, restraining order the other way?
We're not getting Rick rolled, we're Foo rolling him.
Well,
He's getting Foo rolled.
congratulations, by the way, for putting that lineup together and throwing that festival with those beautiful vibes, man. It was great. Tell me about the museum. You guys put together a little exhibit museum there at the Cal Jam grounds, too.
Yeah, we thought that it started, I think it started with the throne. Like, just put the throne out there and let everybody sit in it like Santa Claus at the mall, you know?
But then I heard the cast was there, and I was like, I don't want to see the cast. That's going to be gross.
It was, good thing it was enclosed in glass, like a humidor. Then everyone they asked if we'd all dig up stuff from over the last 22 years. And what did you give?
I felt so weird about being part of a museum that I just was like, I don't know. What would people want?
Yeah.
And then they're like, your old shoes. And I'm like, okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, but so, it's hard for you to see yourself as anything that you would have would be that interesting to people. But,
Yeah, you're just a dude.
I mean, if there was like a Queen museum and Roger Taylor's like, first snare drum was right there, I'd be like, oh my God, look at it, for like an hour. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I...
Pat's very first guitar was in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you, Pat, when you got that guitar?
32.
20?
Oh, okay. All right.
But that was like the Germs guitar and the Nirvana guitar. And
Well, I
the...
didn't have a guitar in the Germs, but it was...
Oh.
It was my final show with the Germs guitar.
Got it.
It's like, this is my last show ever. I'm finally going to buy that guitar.
Just in time for the final show.
Yes.
Pat,
That's what I'm like. That's it.
What was the Germs was K-Rock the pretty much the only radio station that ever played a Germs
It was
song?
the first one?
Oh, the first one?
Yeah. When did Rodney and the Rock start, anyway?
Around 78,
78, I think.
something like that?
Definitely not.
Okay.
It was before that. But really, right around, he started with punk rock?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Is that about right, guys? Does that seem about right? About 78?
1770, what was
1778, exactly. Well, good times. Congratulations again on the festival, you guys. It was great.
Thank you.
It was great.
Guys, another good place to start now might be talking about Concrete and Gold. Congratulations. Another #1 album. Now, does that mean something to y'all when you see that? Obviously, it feels good, but I mean, do you have a party for that or what?
Did we have No, we didn't, did we?
No, I don't even know where.
Yeah, our album went to #1. Did you know that?
What does that even mean anymore?
Well, it meant that you sold more records
Well,
than
with
anyone else.
streaming, there's this...
You guys
streaming and then
streamed 4 million times yesterday.
No, but this is interesting, and you probably know this, Dave. You're a businessman. 90-something.
Look at me, of course.
You're running an empire, man.
That's right.
90-something% of the sales of the Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold record were actual people buying the album.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them were streamers. So these are people who put enough value in the collection of songs and saying, I'm not just going to pop in and stream a song here or there. I want the whole thing and I want to own it.
It's because
Yeah.
old people don't know how to
That's
stream.
our target demographic right there. People that don't know how to use the remote control on the TV.
Well, I thought it was nice to see you at #1. I wish you enjoyed it more.
Thank you. We do.
Wish you guys had a good time.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
We're so spoiled.
Hey, I will tell you this. Doing a morning show on K-Rock, every single time you guys put out a song, it was a big deal to us.
Yeah,
we loved it, and we would play it because
Thank
it's
you.
just fantastic to have a band like you to play.
Thanks, man. I mean,
It really is.
it's funny because, over the years, your goals and aspirations, like it kind of changes a little bit. I think maybe when you're younger, you have a little bit more of that, like, the competitive spirit. Like, I hope that, I want to beat out Coldplay at the #1 spot or whatever. But then over time, it's like, first of all, you can't get greedy. We've been around a long time, and we've accomplished a lot of amazing things. So when you go to make a record, it's like, cool, you just want to make a great record. And then you go to play a show, like today, it's like, this is a killer show. Those kind of things, that makes, And the other stuff, I mean, it does blow me away that, like, we were on the cover of Rolling Stone recently, and we did, the photographer, Mark Seliger, was the guy that took the picture on the cover of Rolling Stone the first time Nirvana was on the cover.
Wow.
And I sort of looked at him and I'm like, oh my God, we're old. But I also thought, like, we've kind of grown up together in a way that over the years it's just kind of kept going. And it's just nice to survive, just to be able to still be here to do it.
You're doing more than surviving, though, I would like to
You're
suggest.
thriving. Is it tough? Having said that, you go into the studio, you go, all right, album 9, is it? What do we have left to say? I mean, you don't want to repeat yourself,
Right.
But you want to make a great record.
You know, it is.
It gets
tricky.
harder every time, I imagine.
I was actually just reading this interview with Tom Petty recently where someone asked him the same question, and he's like, you know, it gets a little bit harder because in all those years, you've covered a lot of ground. So it's not like you want to return to things that you've done in the past, but you do want to make sure that when you're doing it, it's coming from a real place. And I think that's the most important part. When we start writing music and I start writing lyrics, like, it comes from a real place. And that's what keeps the, you know, that's what keeps the ticker going.
Now you start by coming up with ideas, then you bring them to the band, and sort of everybody fleshes them out and makes a song out of them, right?
Yeah. Like,
have you ever had something that you just love, and every single one of these guys is like, you know what? I'm not feeling it.
I don't know. Have we?
I don't know. Pat's laughing.
The opposite. Where we'll all love something and Dave will be like, yeah.
All right, we're Breakfast with Foo Fighters. The band's going to play again in a minute. Let's squeeze in a quick question from the audience, shall we? Since it's Breakfast with Miss Allie McKay, you are out there somewhere. Who do you have with you?
I'm right here. We've got a woman named Annie. She's not an ordinary fan. She is California State's Middle School Principal of the Year.
Right on, man.
That uses your music not only to inspire the kids, but the faculty. How do you do that?
Wow.
Well, I have pictures of you, your band, and your lyrics in every classroom. At graduation, we sing times like these. Parents talk to me in Foo Fighters lyrics. It is unbelievable.
If we send our kids to that school, will they get straight A's?
99% of the kids at my school pass every class because
All right, take
of
it easy,
you.
ma'am.
Oh, man.
She is preaching the righteous power of rock and roll, Dave,
That's
right there,
right.
thanks to you guys.
Just knowing that she's the principal already scares the shit out of me. Just so you know. So I'm just going to nod and smile.
You might be in trouble.
Well, my mother was a public school teacher for 35 years.
And I've been too. 35 years. This is my last year.
Oh, congratulations. Well, I wouldn't say congratulations because I know you love it. But teachers are, I mean, I grew up with teachers. All my mother's friends were teachers, and I mow their lawns, and I babysit their kids, and the whole deal. But teachers are an incredible breed of human beings because,
Indeed.
you know, it's true. Like, I know for a fact that the way you deal with kids is you just want to see kids learn how to learn and move on. You know what I mean? And when you meet, a teacher who has that altruistic nature that's just like, I just want to get the kid through. I just want to get the kid through. The one that like really engages the kid and not just the blackboard, but it's about each individual kid. That's awesome. I have a lot of respect for you.
Annie,
Thank you, Dave.
I'd like to say one more thing, too, and that's that a lot of times they have to give up the idea of making a ton of dough if they're going to be a teacher, and that's a shame.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, they feel like they need to do it. If
Right.
it's really in their heart, then, you know.
How
it's
much-
Glad
the
you
real
came.
deal.
I'm glad you got a chance to tell the guys how
let's
much
ask
they mean
Annie
to you.
how much she makes.
All right.
I don't think that's
How much you-
necessary,
no?
Allie. I don't
Oh,
think.
okay, sorry.
You
All
mentioned school teachers, by the way. You know, we had your mom on as a guest on the show when she was promoting her book.
Yes, I remember.
She's delightful.
She's amazing.
Did she introduce you to Dr. Dre or any of her cool friends?
No, but she did. There were a couple times where I'd call her and say, "How's it going?" She's like, "Oh, I'm so busy. There's just I have to do this and then I have to do that, and actually I have to go because I have a conference call with Dr. Dre." I was like, who are you?
You guys have a tour coming up for Concrete and Gold. Get ready to start here in a few days. But you have been playing some awesome gigs lately, some very weird gigs, like this one here today. But tell me about the Acropolis.
Oh, dude, Acropolis. Go,
Chris?
Oh, the Acropolis.
Chris gets 2 mics.
Yeah, that was a weird one. There was a point during that show, you know, I always chew gum on stage. It's like, I think everybody does. But there was a point in that show where I turned around and spit my gum out and realized, fuck, I just spit that on the Acropolis. Whoops.
On a lot of dead Greek guys.
Yeah, I spit that on history.
Well, that's going to be on TV coming up, and that's part of a new special that Chad Smith is behind. We're going to have him in on the show in a couple of weeks to talk about it. He recorded a whole bunch of bands in cool venues all over the world, and that looks awesome.
He's a regular Barbara Walters, that guy.
I mean, there can't
I
be...
didn't see that
It's
coming.
amazing.
I'm sorry.
I know.
We've known Chad for 25
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
There can't be many venues you've wanted to play that you haven't played, I would imagine, right? I mean, once you've done
There's
like...
one that you don't want to play because you know it's your last gig.
Okay.
Nebworth.
Nebworth, yeah, can't do that.
Yeah.
That's Kiss of Death. Can't do Nebworth.
That's the last gig forever. Last Queen gig. Last
Wow.
Led Zeppelin
Way to bring
gig.
us down, Taylor.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, but wait, you're serious, right?
Well, I didn't mean to egg fart the room, but like seriously.
So
It's
that's
true. We're not gonna play Nebworth.
Okay. All right.
Never.
Fair enough.
All right.
Until we put it on it'll be on the itinerary. Nobody will say anything.
Oh no, I guess we're done.
All right, let's head out back to the audience again. Allie, you got another one for us?
All right, we've got Nancy here.
Ooh, hi. Guys, I love you. I lost my voice at Cal Jam. I'm still recovering. What are you guys going to be for Halloween? And can I be with you? Can I be the first to give you your candy?
Oh, just don't throw it at my face. I got the things on the face for a long time after we made that video. I have a family full of Stranger Things fans.
Okay.
Sure.
So I have one daughter who's already shaved her head and looks like 11 from Stranger
Yes.
Things. Then I have another daughter that's gonna be a different version of 11, the one with the wig. But I kind of want to be the kid with the baseball hat and the like curly hair.
Dustin.
Dustin, yeah.
I think I'm gonna be Dustin.
Now you
this
gonna
year.
trick or treat with him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, go up to the door and ask for candy?
yeah. Is that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I do that?
That's a little creepy.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of hair, this band, by the way, may have the best rock hair in the business. You got
Right?
You got all these beards, you got the mustaches, you got it all, and some eyebrows too. I wonder, do you have a guy who travels with you that takes care of the whole band, or is everybody responsible for their own haircuts on the band
it's
on
Nate.
the road?
It's Nate.
Well, Nate's doing the trimming.
What's that?
Pat's the beauty school dropout.
That's right. Pat is a beauty school dropout.
He's got
Beauty
a little
school
bit of
dropout.
experience.
All right, one more question from me then that I've always wanted to ask, and I can't believe I've never asked you guys this before, but you are the maybe the biggest rock band in the world right now.
I don't think so.
I think you might be.
Come on.
No, there's.
I mean, I know it feels weird for you, but it's true. So I'm going to take your answer. You guys get together and definitively answer this long-standing rock and roll question, okay? Is it cool or a faux pas to wear your band's T-shirt to your show? What do you think when you look out in the crowd and you see Foo Fighters T-shirts? Yay or nay?
Like audience members?
Audience members, yeah.
I'm all about it, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know that the stigma from other people is, oh, you can't wear that band to
Look.
their own show.
This band was never cool, you know?
Right.
And as we've gotten older, we've gotten even less cool.
Look at that.
And so.
And you're both wearing the same thing.
Exactly. Awkward. I mean.
Nate, you?
When bands on stage are wearing their own
Yeah.
shirts.
We just played with Joe Perry, and he had the Aerosmith leather jacket on.
It's amazing.
You can't argue with that.
Or Lemmy
Robbie?
from Motorhead. I mean,
All right,
like he
yeah.
had a Motorhead shirt on all the time. And
All right, it's been settled then. Now you guys know. You never
Yeah,
have to
when
wonder
this-
again.
I didn't even think that was a question.
Oh, it's a thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's a
no,
thing.
that's cool.
By the way, and Dave, I think I mentioned this to you before we started, but the other guys may not know this. It was almost exactly 10 years ago that we last did Breakfast with Foo Fighters. January of 2008, we did it on your birthday at the Roxy, I want to
That's
say.
right.
I remember.
At the Roxy, yeah.
So let's do it again in 10 years. Let's just make this the tradition. What do you
Let's
think?
not wait 10 more years.
Okay. Did I just commit to something else? Yeah, sure.
You have
the best of you.
you have a few more Foo Fighters than you used to. Tell us about that.
It's like a mold
Uh-huh.
within a wall. And you open
talking about
up
Robbie?
the wall, and
Yeah?
you're like, God, there's a lot of mold in there. Let's tear down the house. And then you call Rami Jaffe, who's...
Hello.
Hey,
Rami, tell us what it's like to join a band like this.
Tell you what it's like to be mold in a wall.
Sure.
Well, I was a wallflower. I was in the Wallflowers. I was
That's
on
right.
the show 30 years ago.
Look at that.
But I'm happy that I molded in with these guys.
Yeah. But you know, Rami's been with... How long have you been with us? Like
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, he
A
was
lot of
probably
touring,
at
right?
that breakfast show 10 years ago.
Right,
I
there
think
you
go.
you were, yeah.
Having said all that, with all the foos that Kevin mentioned, you're making this Concrete and Gold album, and you'll just let anybody in on the session, right?
Pretty much.
Boys to Men,
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake,
Doesn't matter.
that hack Paul McCartney.
Guy from 7-Eleven.
The guy from 7-Eleven is on
Come on
it.
in.
I heard that the Paul McCartney drum thing blew you away.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, the guy's talented. He can play every instrument.
Yeah.
But tell me about that session.
Did you know he could play drums that well?
Well, yeah.
He plays drums on
Back in the USSR, mother effer.
Band on the Run, the entire album.
Whole
That's him
record.
playing drums, yeah.
All right, take it easy.
No,
It wasn't an assault on you.
You should know better.
Come on, guys. You work in radio.
You're in the music business.
I'm saying he walks in the room, he looks at you, he looks at Dave. I don't know. Yeah,
well, you know, the song originally, we started writing it, and I thought that Taylor should sing it because Taylor's got a great voice, and he's sung on Foo Fighters records before. I was like, and so I thought,
good for one every once in a while.
just a quickie. And so I thought it'd be great. So I was gonna play drums on it, and then
he's actually a good drummer. I don't know
right.
if you guys do that.
So then our engineer who had recorded Paul before said, we knew that Paul was coming into town. He said, you should ask Paul if he'll play. So I just asked him, and at first he was like, you're crazy, I don't know. And then we saw each other, and he asked me about it again and said, what about the song you're thinking? Then I realized he actually wanted to do it. And he came in, and I swear we did one take. He'd never heard the song before. We barely explained it to him, and he just did it. And he's just such a natural musician.
You didn't rehearse it? Any number?
No.
Wow.
Dave literally said, okay, here's how it goes. And he ran through about a third of it. And Paul's just like, oh, man, let's just play it. And literally, he sat down behind the drum set. All the guys stood around him. I held a drumstick to kind of go, chorus, verse, and mellow. And he just watched us and watched Dave. I mean, the guy was in the Beatles.
Right. I know that.
He knows what he's doing.
You don't have to tell me that.
He's not going to teach us anything. Or, I mean, he's not going to...
The other way around.
We're not going to teach him anything. Sorry. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Well, there's the pull quote right there. Taylor Hawkins says Foo Fighters are better than the Beatles.
That's how it goes.
I never said we were better than the Beatles, and now it's all this.
Well, that must have been such a magic moment. I mean, those are the kinds of moments, Dave, that you must just make you feel so privileged and just so grateful to, to be doing what you're doing. And you look at a guy like Paul, what an inspiration. He's 30 years older than you are.
It's too much to think about while you're doing it, but you have those moments. Like even the other night when I was on stage next to Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
A Cal Jam, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there playing, thinking about all the times I air guitared with a tennis racket to an Aerosmith record.
Yeah.
And now I'm standing on stage next to him, and he smells good, and he's cool. You're just like, wow.
And by that point, you can't have smelled good.
No.
You've been playing for a while there.
It smelled like whiskey and Advil. That's the circus liquor clown.
Yeah,
that shirt right there. When we were recording Nevermind, that was not too far from the studio. Or no, it was not too far from where we were staying. And so we used to go to that liquor store all the time because it was the evil-looking clown was on the sign of the liquor store, Circus Liquor. We called him Alky the Clown. And so we all got those T-shirts back then.
Foo Fighters, you guys. You guys are awesome.
That was fun, you guys.
Wow.
They love you. They love you. We love you. Thanks, guys.